Welcome to week 11 of Outdoor Envy. We've had a ton of rain, slowed us down quite a bit, but wherever there's a problem, there's a solution. So I've got Matt from Epic Landscape here helping us. Check out the progress. We're absolutely killing it. Lower levels finished. We're working on the upstairs here now. Tons of detail work going on, angled cuts, a tired 45 interior pad. It's gonna be beautiful. Stay tuned to see what's next. I know we said this before, but it's all the groundwork that goes into the prior installation of these pavers that make this a seamless surface that's going to stand the test of time. You're not going to have issues of settlement. You're not going to have freeze-thaw process in the winter. And I'm confident that, and like I said, in 10, 15 years, I'll come back here. This will be exactly where I left it. It's a lot of work that goes in the ground, but it's all the groundwork, guys, that takes the most time. And then the pavers, they fly. Like, we fly putting these down. They're 6 square feet of paver. We're going to be installing anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 square feet a day once we're prepped. So it's all the preparation again, and I can't, reiterate and reinforce enough is that preparation is going to make sure that you get a good job done at the end of the day and you get that return on investment, which is most important for everyone. The paver selection is a little bit random. We're having some issues with the sizing. So some of them will be 2 3/8, some of them will be 2 3/4. So from paver to paver, you're seeing inconsistency in the heights. So then you have to follow back up with some sand and your vacuum pack and lift them up to the proper heights and make sure everything's smooth from paver to paver. So that's been a bit of a challenge, and just making sure everything's straight, everything lands where it needs to land. There's multiple strings run and measurements taken day in, day out, repeatedly to make sure that everything's where it should be. So that's probably been the most challenging part, is just making sure that everything is flush and smooth for the end of the job. We're looking forward to installing polymeric sand and compacting our pavers. It's a surface tamp. That surface tamp will then vibrate and consolidate the sand through the paver joints. We then add water, which is a hardening agent for the Portland, which is in the polymers. And it firms up to almost like concrete, so you don't get weeds and vegetation and infestation of ants and such throughout your pavers. So it really locks everything in.
I think the hardest part has definitely been translating what was made in the design to what we're actually putting on the ground. So the plan on paper looks great in the grand scheme of things, but if we followed that design to a T, things would not work out. We would have ramps everywhere, and it just wouldn't look the way they really wanted. The design doesn't always correlate to how it would be done in the practical world, so we're having to make changes and make sure the client is informed of those changes, and trying to figure out how all the math works to get the end product that they're going to be happy with.
Who is the person who you are happiest to have here on the team on the worksite?
There's no one individual. We're a team. It's all of us. Without all of us, we wouldn't be where we're at right now. It's everybody. Subcontractors, Reed Media Agency, everyone that's part of this production and this landscape we're doing is all number one in my book.
Okay, who is the unhealthiest eater of the crew?
I'd have to say it's definitely Nate. He goes to Tim's about 4 times a day. And
that was last month.
Each trip usually spends about $40.
3 Boston creams each trip.
So about $160 a day, just about.
It's more than his paycheck.
Who's the healthiest eater?
I'd have to say it's probably me. My mom's a nutritionist, so usually when I get my lunches, it's fairly healthy. I usually just take leftovers.
Except for the cookies you had this morning.
Yeah, and even the cookies that I had this morning were homemade, all organic and natural.
Made with communism.
Non-GMO, stuff like that. So, I don't know, I gotta stay away from the seed oils like this guy right here, stuffing his face with engine lubricant.
When are you guys getting back to work?
Never.
Now, John, right now, lunch is over.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, John, leave us alone.
Okay, buddy.
Whose gloves are these?
So this is an 18 by 28 pergola that we had to have footings for as per engineering. This opening here in the side of it is for this rat's nest that I spoke of a few weeks ago, which is all going to go inside that cavity, and we've got a nice stainless steel box with stainless steel doors, and then everything will be housed inside of that. It's kind of like a junction box that we've created. It's exactly what it is. Then this will all get filled and compacted with sand, and then there'll be a concrete floor surface here with steps taking you up to this. And then directly in front of that is where we've got our 3 waterfalls spilling into our pool.
It's gonna look spectacular.
Oh, it's gonna look spectacular.
I just knocked on the porta potty door, and this guy goes, "Can I help you?" Freaks out at me. No reason.
I think it's a lot about the planning. I know Mark talks a lot about planning, but there's a lot of planning that goes into it.
So we did have HPB all along here, but a miscommunication error by Kieran told us to push dirt up to the wall.
Yeah, he stole my car.
You stole your car?
Yeah.
That's pretty serious.
Yeah.
Would you consider yourself in the top 1% of rakers in the world?
No, maybe top 10 though.
Okay, that's pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah.
Room for improvement.
Exactly.
I'm still in the process of reaching my goals, but there has been goals I wanted that I've seen in real time come alive. Chase your dreams!
It doesn't really matter who was right, but you know, in the end, I was right.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and follow our Instagram, and check in weekly for more episodes guaranteed to give you outdoor envy.